Hi, it's Athena from Magic Hour Academy, and today I'm with Reba, who is a solo artist from Pittsburgh. Tell me about yourself.
My name's Reba, and I grew up in Pittsburgh playing in a band called Code Orange. We used to be called Code Orange Kids, and we started the band when we were like 13 or something like that, playing shows around locally, touring a lot. And a couple years ago, I started playing guitar for Marilyn Manson's band, which is a blast, and also started playing solo music. So I've done some other projects in between that. I was in a band called Adventures, which is more of an alternative kind of band that I really loved. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to make solo music to kind of figure out what's going on inside, you know? Yeah. I needed to take a step away from being in a band for a second and just spend a little more time doing that and working on writing songs, and it's been awesome. So I'm working on that.
What really inspired you to get into music?
I think music helps us express our feelings, and for those of us who have trouble doing that with words, I feel like we gravitate towards playing music.
Yeah.
You know?
Would you say that you have more of a voice through guitar or actual vocals?
I think probably both. I mean, It depends on what zone I'm in. Guitar, I can get lost in it and play for hours and hours and just get lost. But when you're singing, it's a part of your soul that it's just, you really can't get that out unless you're singing. I could never live without singing. That would be tragic. What kind of genres really got you into music as a whole? I would say punk music.
Yeah.
And I grew up listening to punk and going to punk shows. And, punk can kind of be a span of different things. It doesn't have to be what you imagine as, angry punk. There's all kinds of punk music. But I also grew up playing classical music.
Oh, that's really cool.
Thanks. And, it's a very dynamic form of music. So it really attracted me because of the lows and the highs, and the emotional spectrum of classical music is a lot of times wider than bands, rock music.
But that makes sense. In high school, how did you really start out to form a band?
I think I just, I'm trying to remember, but when you're young, you find the people that are similar to you and like similar things, and I loved music, and I met a couple people that were into it as much as me, and there's just something to be said for playing music with friends. It teaches you how to talk to people, how to communicate just musically. A lot of my favorite bands are bands that have a specific groove that is between the players, and you really can't have that unless you play together a lot. It's like a certain kind of bond. It's a connection. So I just it just kind of happened. I mean, I was maybe in 6th grade when I started playing with the drummer of the band, and we were just friends, and it just was what we wanted to do to hang out. So we both loved playing music.
Another question I have is, what advice do you have for young people who want to start to get in a band or just get involved in music?
Just do it fearlessly and find your own path, and it's tough to promote yourself, but try not to worry about that too much at first. Just make your craft good. Worry about your skill and being good, and if you're good and you keep doing it, you'll get noticed eventually. Don't get discouraged, and be genuine. I find when you're genuine and you have genuine intentions to playing music and you really love playing music, it'll work out. And if your intentions are for glory or for being popular, it's just never going to work out for you. So just try something else,
Yeah, definitely. What are the challenges of playing on tour with other people?
every day some challenge, you know.
Really? Yeah.
I mean, everyone has like a slightly different goal maybe, and it can be difficult to find your center. But it's amazing to get to play with other musicians. Like, it's definitely like a blessing. And
Yeah.
I'm doing solo music now, and I don't currently have a band for that project, and it's reminding me how amazing it is to play with other people, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's yeah, I mean, you have to learn how to work with people's differences and you know, be vulnerable. I think being vulnerable is probably the most important thing, because if you're not, then you can't talk to each other, and people don't know like what you're really thinking. But music is a very vulnerable thing, you know. I'm sure you know, if you have no singers, it's like you're bearing your whole soul, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be vulnerable with other people, you know.
What would you say is your favorite solo project you've done so far?
Like solo song or solo?
Yeah, just project, like a music video or a song, anything.
Yeah, I made a music video recently for a song I have called Clouded World. It was like really low budget thing, like I was just paying for it out of my pocket, right? And
Yeah.
I didn't have a ton of funds, but I found these two people that I've trusted. But you know, you don't always know how things are going to turn out when you go into them. So I went in kind of not knowing for sure that it was going to be good enough. You know, I just had to trust myself that I was going to make it happen. And I ended up editing the video myself, which I don't typically ever do. So yeah, I was really proud of the piece of art. I felt like it got my energy across. And yeah, anytime you have a success like that, like just one little thing, it like keeps you going for another few months. You're like, okay, I made that, and I put it out into the world, you know, and I wasn't afraid to do that. That's never not hard, you know. It feels hard to be young and put stuff out, but it's just as hard for anyone, you know. That's kind of the point of it. It's just getting over that hump.
What would you say is like your favorite thing when touring with other people? Like, what really energizes you about that?
When everyone's hyped to play a show and you're all hyped together, and then after, when you have a good show, the vibe is just so awesome. You know, everyone's in a good mood, and I've had both experiences. You know, I've had experiences where everyone's so angry, freaking out, grumbling, and I've definitely learned that that's not healthy regardless of how the show went. But whenever people are encouraging of each other, and your bandmates are encouraging you or saying like, you did awesome, and they really mean it, you can tell, like, and the crowd's responsive if you're lucky, you know, like, those are moments that I really appreciate them, just put it that way.
What would you say is your process when writing music?
On the bigger picture, I try to just live my life and experience life, have fun, and experience love and sadness and joy and everything, you know, just live my life. And then I find naturally I just want to express all of that via music, and it just kind of happens, you know. And I try to let my guard down, and the more I do that, the more I can write songs and just sit down with any instrument, you know, or really anything, and just start to kind of release that. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes I keep it, sometimes I don't. But yeah, it's just something that I've always done to express myself. And yeah, it's important to work on your craft, but also to not just be like head down in that every day. You know, like I've learned to live my life a little bit more as I've gotten older, and not to worry so much about everything being perfect, you know, and just experiencing life, because there's a lot out there, and that actually makes you a better artist. Yeah, so.
Definitely. How do you come up with ideas for your music videos?
For my music videos, sometimes I'll have like a weird daydream. It's really hard to say, like, it just kind of comes to you. And in the band, I usually wasn't the one thinking of the ideas, so I just kind of got to collaborate and bounce off of other people, which was cool, but it's definitely been fun doing it on my own. I can kind of do it in my own way, and sometimes you have a crazy idea for something and you think of like a whole story and it's complicated, but sometimes you don't, and it can often be better or just as good if it's really just about the performance at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, so, because you can think of this crazy idea and it sometimes makes it so complicated that you feel bogged down by completing that. But it's just a music video, you know,
Yeah.
and it's really just kind of supposed to energize the song in some way. Like, a music video could be you just filming yourself in a room singing the song. And if you're an amazing performer, then that's just as good as any other music video, you know, so.
Definitely.
What about you? What do you do?
So
I'm switching this up.
Yeah, I'm a media arts major at my performing arts school. I'm really involved in film, especially like locally, like in community. I really like just collaborating with anyone I can find, and just sharing like a love for art. Yeah, and I also really like music. I'm really into a lot of like rock and punk too. Yeah, I love the music scene. Like, I just feel like there's so many great people. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. So thank you so much for this interview. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and we'll see you next time. Bye.